So what is subluxation? Subluxation is probably a word you have heard before if you've been under chiropractic care or had a chiropractic spinal exam, but you may have not come across this word if you haven't. And I wanted to touch on this for your information because if you haven't heard or been checked for subluxation, you absolutely should be. Subluxation you can think about specifically as an area of high tension or high stress in your spine. You could even think about it as a specific shift or displacement of a spinal bone. So subluxation is ultimately what a chiropractor will assess for, what a chiropractor will adjust. Under the Regulated Health Professionals Act in Canada, chiropractors are trained to diagnose and to deliver adjustments to correct spinal subluxation and spinal stress. Now, if you think about this logically, if there is an area of high stress in your spine, and I guarantee everybody has high stress areas that develop in their spine, this is a subluxation. And what happens when your spine is under stress or your spine is shifted out of the correct position? It does two things. Number one, it starts changing how that joint, that spinal segment communicates with the brain and causes a lot of stress, or if you will, static information. So like static on a telephone line in how your body's communicating with your brain. And then guess what? Your brain gets that static and it gets confused and the whole motor program starts falling apart. So bad patterns develop, and this is what we call patterns of subluxation in the spine. The second thing that happens is if you can imagine an area of high stress or high pressure in your spine, guess what happens to those bones and joints and discs over the decades? Really simple, right? Wear and tear. Wear and tear is what you may have heard of as arthritis, spinal damage. And that's the big issue with any areas of high stress in your spine, that over the decades you will get increased spinal damage. And ultimately that starts robbing people of health and mobility. So I hope this little video clip helps you on your journey to keep healthy. This is what we do at the office here in Ottawa's downtown core. Every single day we correct subluxations, we give people mobility, we restore people's health back from the inside out. Because again, if your spine is healthy, your nerve system is healthy, and ultimately that's you being healthy for your whole time on this planet. And from a chiropractor's perspective, and I think that's just the truth about keeping people well, we have to start at the spine and the nerve system. And that's why we will always do a thorough spinal screen here at Reform to make sure we get you healthy as can possibly be. If you have any questions about this, feel free to write them below, send me a message, but that's it for this short clip. I'll talk to you guys soon.